Hey team, just be online for another 2 minutes and then we'll get started. Till then, I'll be there on mute.
Hi, Shiv. Good evening.
Hello team, very good evening. How are you all?
Hi,
Good
Shiv.
evening, Shiv.
Awesome. Great. Hope I'm loud and clear.
Yes, Shiv.
Great. So 3 hours on Saturday and 3 hours on Sunday. Okay. So this is a weekend batch. Whatever we had covered from Monday to Friday, again we'll be recovering it from Saturday to Sunday in these 2 days, in this 6 hours of time. What we're doing is like in weekdays, we are doing a session of around 1.5 hour or so. That is the minimum what we thought of, 1 to 1.5 hour. And then whatever 5 to 8 hours that we cover during the weekdays, again, we'll repeat the same content for the people who are unable to join during the weekdays. For them, we'll repeat the same content again in a weekend. There are people who already joined in the weekdays, okay, but also they wanted to revise. That's where they're coming on a weekend again and they're joining. So I would request someone who has already attended the weekday trainings, pause on your questions, but let someone who is joining for the first time during the weekends, let them come up with a fresh mind. And most importantly, whoever has joined for the first time, I'll say empty your mind completely, completely unlearn whatever you have learned it till now, completely pause it. We're not going to differentiate why exactly it is working there and why it is not working here, or why it is working here, why it is not working there, because what we're going to learn here is basically how do you basically source profiles from non-job portals. How do you basically survive without having any job portal? Since 2013, I never worked on any job portal. That's where I'm going to teach you all the live experiences, whatever I learned in past 10 years. And that too, when I say sourcing through the various channels. Now, when I wanted to source through the various channel, when I wanted to understand how this open web sourcing works, open AI sourcing works, we wanted to really understand the core concept, the core basics of each and every operator, what we're teaching here, what we'll start. So focus on current operator, focus on current session, focus on current topic, what we're learning. Don't have to. I know there is an excitement, there is an anxiety to know more, know more, know more, but there are something which has to be known as per the particular time or as per the particular stage. So in the initial stage, definitely we will say, I want to know that, know this, know that. So we are going to cover the whole stuff. So the content is huge. When I say the content is huge, it's going to cover around 50 to 60 plus different topics, almost 65 plus different topics. So we are going to cover a lot of things. But what I just said, focus on current thing, focus on current topics, what we're discussing, and ask relevant questions which are relevant to the current topic. Yeah. Yes, no. Please ping me
Yes,
in the
Shiv.
chat. Yes, no.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
saying ping me in the chat. Ping me in the chat. Yes, no. So I want to see how many people are actually involved, not just attending the call on the phone or a laptop. So ping in a chat. I wanted to see how many people are actually hearing me, how many people are actually involved. So we have 25 people in the chat and we received only 6, 7 chats yet. So how many I received? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Only 13? So what other 13 are doing? We have 26 people here. Definitely other 13 are not listening, right? 14, 15. Where are other 11? Where are other 11? Ping me. Yes, no, just ping me. I just wanted to see if all 26 are available. If you're finding out where the chat option is, okay, 9 more. Where are 9 others? Ping me in the chat. Yes, no. Okay, 7, 6, 5. Where are 4 more? 4 more. 4 more people yet to respond. Okay, 3 more. 3 more people yet to respond. Not 3. 3 plus 2, 5 more. See, that's what is happening when we attend on a chat, when we attend virtually, when we attend on a mobile. That is what it happens. So that's the reason I always say focus, focus, focus. Find them. I'm not going to bother about that the other 4 people, but 20 people, 20, 24 people, whoever has responded for them. Let's begin with the session. And that's the reason I mentioned there's no recording. All right. So going back here. So this is the first time when I gave the agenda, but going forward, we wouldn't be giving the agenda. We'll be going as per the topic by topic by topic. Okay. So first becomes understanding an organic and inorganic result. How do we understand what is organic and inorganic result? Let me just show. So as I mentioned, whoever has already attended, whoever has already know, keep yourself paused. But someone who is really new, please feel free to ask as many questions as possible. All right. So let's say I just give a search for a full stack developer course. When I'm searching for full stack developer course, what are the sponsored? Earlier it used to come AD ad, now it is coming sponsored. Whatever the sponsored one is there, with which is like this sponsored, 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 sponsored. All these are basically a sponsored ones. All these are basically ads. All these are basically an inorganic one. Wherein the organic one, based on the website visit, based on the ratings, based on the content, based on
We
all that
cannot
stuff.
see your
If
screen.
we cannot see your
We
screen,
cannot
actually.
see your
Okay, okay, let me
screen,
just share.
Shiv.
Can you see now?
Yes, it is
Yeah,
visible.
you now.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Right. Okay. So now let's say I just search for full stack developer. So we are going to see which is organic result and which is organic result, inorganic result. So when we search for full stack developer course, we got two types of result. One type we got is sponsored over here, sponsored over here, sponsored over here, sponsored over here, which doesn't have to do anything with our search. These are basically paid ads. In the backend, in the Google AdWords, they would have updated. Okay, fine. Show me some of the paid ads like this. Means list my company page on top whenever people are searching for this kind of keywords. So they go and they do some AdWords, pay per click, all those things, and they enter this kind of a keywords. So as any person who is searching for this particular keyword, uh, their website is coming on top because these are the paid ads. These are the sponsored ads. So if you see here, sponsored, 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 and after that we have some of the organic result, which basically based on the ratings, based on uh, number of visits the website has gone, based on the content, all those SEO strategies, based on that these websites are coming organically. So that does not require any payment. That basically organically it comes. So two types of outputs. When we search for anything, we get organic results, we get inorganic results. Any doubts, any confusion? Inorganic is paid, organic is unpaid, which is a free version of it, and they have grown organically. Any doubts? It is basically they have grown without using any pesticides, if I have to say. Any doubts? Any question? What's the difference between organic and inorganic? And the reason we are covering organic and inorganic because tomorrow what happens when we give a search, we see some of the irrelevant results. Then you may ask me, Shiv, I gave a search, but I'm getting this kind of a result. Then that's where we'll realize this is actually not the organic one. It is basically an inorganic one. But again, if I scroll down, I'll get the relevant result, which are basically a organic ones. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts? Any question on organic and
Inorganic
inorganic?
is paid.
Huh? Inorganic is paid. Organic is naturally grown. Yeah. Any doubts, question? We are good? Yes, no?
You're
Just
telling
type in yes, no.
inorganic means it's. Hi, Shiv.
Yeah,
Can you able to hear me?
yeah. What's the
Okay,
name?
so inorganic
92.
means you're telling it's
What's the name? 92841.
swastik.
Can you join with your name?
Yeah, sure,
Team,
sure.
please rejoin the calls with your real name. Admin 928421. Please don't join the call like that. However, Swastik, please feel free to ask the question. Tell me. Swastik. Swastik, you there? You're on mute.
I'm joining the call. Okay.
No, no, you ask the question. Today you continue. From tomorrow you rejoin the call with the real name.
Yeah. So inorganic means it's a paid services, right? And organic
It's
means
a paid one. Okay?
yeah.
So sponsored jobs come under paid.
Sponsored commander the paid. Inorganic search results are paid at driven by Google AdWords. Google AdWords. Let me just stop the share for a minute. Let it make it more interactive. Give me a second, team.
If I'm not able to listen to you,
No, I'm not sharing. Just give me a second. How do I do this? I think I'll have to take some training on it. Okay, I'll come there later. I'll learn and come back. I'm not pro at that, but let me come back later on that. Okay. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts on what is organic and what is inorganic search results? Yes, no, we are good.
No, Shiv.
no, sure. I mean, it's
No.
clear.
Great.
It's clear.
Okay. Just give me a second. Hmm, Okay, we have a WhatsApp better. Okay, I just sent in a WhatsApp group. Which one is paid ad? Can you please select which one is paid in our WhatsApp group? Everyone got a question? Can you please select which one is paid? Good, 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 good. Only 14 people. There are 29 people attending the call. 15 people, 17. Where are rest? 11. Everyone, please. Only 18 people. 21. Where are rest? 9. Where are rest? 7. Where are rest? 6. 5. 4. So we still have 4 people who are not present. Okay, so that's about organic and inorganic. So let me just go. Three. We still have three people who are not present. We only got 26 responses. Okay, now moving on to organic and inorganic. We are clear? Everyone says inorganic results are paid ones. Okay, so now going back to next. How does the Boolean operator works? What are the Boolean operators? What are the Boolean operators? Boolean operators are basically an operator like, okay, two more people who are not present. We got 27 responses, and that too, we have 115 people in the group. There can be a possibility that other people also answering it. But from these 29, a batch of 29 which is attending now, the question is for them, and we got only 27 responses, and two people are still not present. Okay. So now, what are the Boolean operators? Boolean operators are basically and or not, which helps us TLPS helps us to narrow or broaden results. Okay, so Boolean operators are basically an operators like and or not, which helps us to narrow or broaden the search results. All right. So now, when I say broaden or narrow, now let's say if I want to narrow the search result. Okay. So what do we use? What is an operator? And do. Okay. What does an operator and do? It basically helps us to narrow the search result by giving all the keywords in the search results. For example, Java and SQL. What's happening? Okay. Java and SQL in search result. Okay. We'll see all the search result which has Java and SQL in search results I'll mention. All right. So now let's say same Java or SQL I just search. I come here. Okay, so Java SQL. So Java is highlighting, SQL is highlighting. So Java SQL. So Java here, MySQL, and once I open a page, SQL will be somewhere or the other. Java SQL, SQL Java, Java. Once I open a page, here is a SQL in a title. So now, if you see, when I'm giving a search with Java and SQL, it is helping me to give a list of results which has both the keyword Java and SQL. Clear? Are we good? What does an AND operator do?
Yes, Shiv.
Yeah, Shiv.
Hmm?
Pick
We're
both
good?
these skills together.
See, now there are continuous back to back in every session. We'll come up with such kind of a pause so that we are seeing that every participant has a right answer and moving with the right understanding. All right. So that it will make it more interactive. Yeah. Yes, team. Are you excited, first of all? I didn't see that excitement. Are we
Yes,
excited?
Shiv.
Yes, sure.
Very much. Shiv.
Yes, same, very
Yes.
much, very much.
Great. Okay. Now, so and for narrowing the search result by giving all the keywords, or is basically for expanding the search result by giving either of the keyword. That's a option one or option two. It basically helps us to expand. Some unusual example we'll take so that we know we're getting this. Unusual example, if I say what unusual example can I take? Okay, I'll say pillow. Pillow is just beside me, so I'll say pillow. Pillow or pillow or pillow or pillow or mobile. I kept mobile under my pillow. No, I can still get the result. Where pillow cannot go. Pillow office. Okay, office will say. Or let's say technical skills only. Pillow or microservices. All right. Pillow, microservices, microservices dominating pillow. We don't see the results, all microservices. Okay, here we have a pillow fund. Okay. So now you see in these results, we either have a word pillow or we have a word microservices. Okay. So here we have all microservices, pillow. There is no microservices here. Here we have pillow, Python. Oh, Python and pillow. What's Python pillow? Wow, I didn't knew that there is something pillow existing in the technical field as well. Okay, pillow, IKEA pillows, microservices. Okay, so pillow. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts on what is an operator or a do?
No.
No, Shiv.
No, Shiv.
Okay, so whenever we use or, there's a strong thumb rule. Keep in mind that whenever we use or, we need this bracket. If we don't give this bracket, then it will be more or less like uh, you're building a house but without a four-sided wall, or you're building a colony but without a border line. So when I wanted to make a set, when you wanted to call it as a colony, when you wanted to call it as one particular colony or one particular layout, how do you call a particular colony or layout? Once we have a proper boundary to it and once you have a proper gate to it. So that's where the proper giving the proper opening and closing bracket is actually making it is a proper set. So keep it in mind, whenever we use or, we should be using bracket. Good, clear? Yes, no?
Yes.
Yes, Shiv.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, Shiv.
Why do we use bracket? To make it a
Set. Nest.
to make it a set to nest to whatsoever. Okay, why do we use bracket while using or? Answers, please.
September 1st week.
Huh?
ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸೆಂಟ್ರಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಬೇರೆನೆ
Shiv, there's a quick question. Will that make any
ಪ್ರಿಪರೇಷನ್ ಮೋಡ್
impact on the results?
ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್
Now we have only two keywords. In such cases, we can use brackets, or we might not use bracket. How does that impact the results?
Sayani, can you go on mute? Sayani and Dhanlakshmi.
ಬ್ರ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹೆಸರು ರಿವೀಲ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಬಿಗ್ ಹೆಲೋ ಅಂತ ಈಗ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ 4
Hello.
Wait a second.
ಇಲ್ಲ
What you're asking, Baswa?
ಸಿಗ್ನಲ್ ಹತ್ರ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು
There's a lot of background noise, Baswaraj.
Yeah, I just want
it's a huge coming up
one second.
So we have 30 participants,
Yeah.
only 26 people answered. Where are other 4? Okay, Lavit says join from 2 laptops. One more is missing to answer. Got. Yeah, Baswa, you're asking something? Even for the 2
Will
words,
that
we should be using a
impact?
bracket. Even for 2 words, we should be using a bracket.
Yeah, will that impact the result, Shiv? Okay.
ಮಿಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರಾ
What, Baswa?
Okay, is it as a best practice, or will that actually impacts the
It
result?
is important. It is important. If you do not, let's say you have a bedroom, you have a what we say kitchen room, and you have a hall. Are you not using walls in between?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
no.
got it.
That wall is or. Okay. Now, now a bedroom has 3 walls. Hall has 3 walls. Kitchen room has 3 walls. But the 4th wall is missing so that it can make a house. Do you need a 4th wall? Baswa, do you need a 4th wall?
Yes, we need it.
Yeah,
We
yes.
need to make it a
Yeah.
house. So unless you're not keeping a bracket, you're not making it a house. You're only using a or. That is nothing but the walls in between, but you're not closing it with a bracket. We need a bracket. Though we'll get the result, but that goes with the assumption. So in Google search results, we have 2 different types of results. Okay, one is with the assumptions, or and another is with the desired results. The desired results will come when you give the right boolean. Assumptions will come based on the available data, some false positive. Though both the results look similar when we're searching only for 2 keywords, but when you go and beyond 10, 20, 30 keywords, then that time we'll realize even the small bracket does matters. Okay. So
Yes,
that's
yes, got it. Thanks.
okay. So that is about bracket.
Any restriction using and or not in number
What we have
specific
not
search?
gone, don't go extra. That's what I'm saying. Stick to current topics.
How many times we can use and in a keyword, Shiv?
As many as possible. In Google, you can go up to 32 keywords. You can use as many as ands, you can use as many as ors. There is no such limitation.
Okay.
Okay. So that about and or. Okay, now not. It basically helps us to exclude any given keyword from the search result. All right. For example, okay, what does an operator not do? It basically helps us to exclude any given keyword from the search results. For example, let's say now I'll go to LinkedIn. So all these operator and or not are basically LinkedIn and job portal operators. For Google, these are little different. We'll cover that also. How does it differ from LinkedIn? How does it differ from Google? So LinkedIn, for an instance, we're taking an example to learn how do we actually run these Boolean searches on LinkedIn or any other job portal. The same logic applies to LinkedIn and all other job portals. So let's say we just come here and we take all three examples, Java and SQL. I just search for Java and SQL and I click on a people. Okay, so I get Java, and once I open the result, there will be a SQL as well. Here is a SQL, Java, 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 SQL. So once I open any of the search result, you'll be able to see both the keywords are actually existing in the search results because we have used Java and SQL. So Java, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. Maybe in the skills, this person would have mentioned. Okay, skills, here is a Java and here is a SQL. From the whole profile, wherever the person has mentioned Java and SQL, we are getting all those results. So that's a Java here, Java here. And then if I just go to skills,
Shiv, will that be highlighted? Will the words?
it will be highlighted here. It won't be highlighted once you open the results. My net is slow. Mhm.
Shiv, are you sharing something?
I think my net is slow. I'll go off video. And I got disconnected again. I came back. So let me start sharing once again. Can you see my screen now? Can
Yes.
anyone confirm if
Yes.
you can hear me and see my screen?
Yeah,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
yeah, we can
Yes,
see
loud
and
and
hear
clear.
you.
Now, if we see this result also, we have a Java and SQL both. So let me just, his resume is also here. Okay, so here we have Java Here we have SQLite. We'll see more.
Keywords.
Yeah, let's go to skills. Here we'll be able to find. Mhm. Okay. So here we have a SQL. Okay. So clear what is AND is doing? When we search for AND, we're getting results with both the keywords. Now let's take a same example, what we took it for OR. In LinkedIn, not sure if someone
So I
would write.
guess there was a question from one team member. I don't know whether
Uh-huh.
you heard it.
I was disconnected. Please tell what's the question?
Yeah, Shiv. So it's me, like Harsha.
Mm-hmm.
Shiv, my question was like, the keywords we mentioned, no, like Java and
Mm-hmm.
SQL. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it was not highlighted. So why is that so?
So here in the first page, it will be highlighted, but once we go to the profile page, was it highlighted?
Mm, yeah,
Which one? This one.
yeah,
The skills you're saying.
exactly. Yeah.
I'm losing you. Are you saying this one? Why it is highlighted?
Skills, like the keywords, like we are giving Java and SQL, right? It should be highlighted. No.
No, no, not necessary. In LinkedIn, it won't be. Only it will be highlighted in the first page over here.
Oh,
But if you're searching in LinkedIn Recruiter, it will be
got it.
highlighted. In
Okay.
free version of LinkedIn, once you open the profile, you won't see that highlighted. For that, you can always use
Mm-hmm.
multi-highlight, just in
Okay.
case if you need like that. So let's say I just give here Java
Mm-hmm.
and SQL.
Mm.
Tim, will the last page be relevant as well? The last
Last result of
profile?
the last result of the last page also will be relevant. So I just go to last result of the last page, not just the
So
last
this
page.
is for or and also it is the same, is it?
And also it would be the same. So if I just go here or, so what we searched, or we search for pillow or microservices. So here itself we have a microservices. Maybe in the first page we'll see some of the results related to pillow fund, pillow, then microservices. So any page you go. Okay. So number of times we've seen in the job portals like Naukri, Monster, or anything. Once we go to the second page, third page, fourth page, the relevancy of the keywords keeps dropping. The reason because that is giving us with the assumptions. As I mentioned, there are two types of results, search results. One is with the desired search result, and the other is with the assumptions. Now, for job portals, the data is a business for them. They won't mind the relevancy of it. They'll say, okay, fine. I think my neck is little bad today. Okay, so when you go for some of the job portals, you see a lot of times that the relevancy of the keywords kept dropping when we go to the next pages. But it's not like that in a LinkedIn or in a Google. the relevancy is much relevant. Even if you go to the last result of last page also, the relevancy is much relevant. Even not just in two keywords, when we go for some of the lengthy booleans, some of the exhaustive searches, that time also I'm going to show how good the relevancy is, because we are driving it with the desired result by giving a right booleans. Okay, unless and until our boolean is not really strong, unless and until our boolean is not right, the entire search string, we might not expect the right results. But if it is right, you will get right. Okay. So any doubts what and or is doing and how it has to be written in a LinkedIn or any other job portals?
No.
Okay, so now I'll
No,
say
Shiv.
when we search for Pillow or microservices, we got a lot of SDE, software engineer, backend developer, software engineer, backend engineer, full stack developer, all those results, right? So now let's say I say I don't want this SDE or backend engineers, which are the job titles, full stack engineer or SDE software engineer. So these are all the job titles. So what I'll say, I'll just go to all filters. I'll say not SDE or software or engineer or developer. Okay, so here I used multi-highlighter, so it's highlighting. Let me just stop it. Okay, so backend developer, we just said developer, distributed system, SDE, all that gone. Backend developer, that is one keyword, but let me just go to all filter. Or let's say I just give this thing here also. Not SDE. Okay, so here not is big, focus on not, it's big. So I just give not SDE, not backend, not, just give me a second, Tim. Hello? So I just call that internet provider. So Pillow or microservices, not SD, not backend, not engineer, not software. Okay. So that SDE backend, all that thing has gone now. And I started getting all, oh my God, all available for looking for new opportunities, all immediate joiners. This is amazing way to see what the immediate joiners who mentioned in the title, who mentioned the skills, but in the title mentioned not SD, not backend, not engineer, not software. So whenever we are using not, this is helping us to exclude those search results. All right. So now let's say I also use, instead of like using like this, I will use it. This is for batch one now. This is for weekend. So first like this.
Shiv, how all are open to work? It's a coincidence, or
What?
it's any particular keyword you
No, I didn't get you.
all are coming as like open to work in the
Uh-huh.
LinkedIn. It's a keyword you have used, or it's by coincidence?
Coincident. I did not use any keyword. What I did, I used Pillow or microservices, not SD, not backend, not engineer. So someone who has who has written like looking for or immediate joiner in their title itself, I'm getting those results.
Okay.
Immediate joiner, actively looking, any which is there's a huge lot of layoff going on. I'm really feeling bad for it, but can't really help. Okay, and this is in the first time in my career of around 10,
Shiv,
15 years. I'm seeing so many people are open for opportunities. Yeah.
Shiv,
Okay.
there is a AI
Wow.
connect tab which is coming
Don't
on.
go there. Focus on now.
Shiv, can you hear
Focus on
me?
what we're doing currently.
Uh,
Don't go there. We'll come there slowly.
Okay.
Okay. Focus on current stuff. Okay.
Okay.
What not is doing. Okay. So now you used not SDE, not backend, not engineer, not software. Now I'm using like this. I will use pillow or microservices, not SDE or backend or engineer or software engineer. Think logically, think technically, which one is correct? Okay, I'm gonna give a question now. So this has excluded all the keywords like not SDE, not backend, not engineer, not software. Now, similarly, I gave this not SDE or backend or engineer or software. Now let's say I just create a poll, just give me an answer. Okay, think logically, think technically. Now is where a step of changing our thought process is taking place. Think logically, think technically, tell which one is correct.
Yes, but
So we have 30 people in the call, 31 people, including me, 30 people in the call. We need 30 votes. Think logically, think technically, which one is correct? Let me route this question in other groups also. That's an interesting question, actually. I'll take 1 more minute. Think logically, think technically, say which one is correct. And I'll only make you answer correct answer. Interesting, team?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
now
yes.
people who said, okay, now people who voted both are correct. Why do you think both are correct? Question to you. Okay, so who all voted both? Let me just call out their names. Harsha, Sumati, Lavet, Sayani, Tulsi Bhavani, uh, Zurajbin, Deepika, Mukesh, Yamini, Nikita, Venkatalakshmi, Baswaraj, Vinaya Yadgiri, Moon, Ravi Ramanathan, Sham Devarkonda, Josemary, Subratna Nigam, and Rohini Sharvanan, and then Shruti Naidu. Okay. So why do you think both are correct?
So yeah, Shiv, this is me Harsha here. So in that first
Uh-huh.
case, no. So we
Mm-hmm.
gave not SDE, not backend. Since each and every time we need not for each and every keyword, right? So that
Hmm.
is correct. And in the second way, to make it easier, we are giving a bracket inside which we are giving or operator and just giving not outside. So both are correct from my point of view, I guess.
Yeah, I'm agree with that, Harsha.
Who
It's
agree with her?
Shivratna.
Sir?
Yeah, I also agree.
Shivratna.
Similar logic.
Shivratna.
Similar
Ravi,
logic.
Not
yes.
assuming.
Ravi, yeah.
Don't go with the assumption. If you're saying this is correct, then you should have a justification for it.
Just now
Like
we
Sure,
Harsha?
Ravi,
saw,
I agree.
just now we saw that you have put this operator, we got the results right in our LinkedIn. And of course, we use the second one always. So both are correct.
So using the operator and getting
So
the result, if I get the result, it is correct. If I don't get the result, it is wrong. It is not that. Okay. If I say logically, you need to answer logically. It's not that, no, I searched for this, I got the result. I searched for this, I got the result. That's the reason I say this is correct. No, getting the result is not. Whether
So
the logic is correct is
in
or
both,
correct or not, what I'm asking.
In first case, it's excluding every word, SD, backend, engineer, software. But in the
Mhm.
second case, together it is excluding all the keywords like SD, backend, engineer, or software.
so
Uh,
Boolean logic
and
is same in both the cases because it is
So
kept in both. That is or not. The principle of the logic cases. Only thing it is put across for every word before SD there is a not, before backend there is a not. The logic remains same. If it was not in small letters, maybe then it wouldn't have worked. But the logic remains same in both the cases.
Exactly. You're spot on. Anyone who has selected both, kudos to them. Both are correct. Reason because both are following the same logic, pillow or microservices. I'm saying not SDE, not backend, not engineer, not software. Here, the same thing I'm writing in a different way. I'm saying not SDE or backend or engineer or software. So any profiles which has either of the keyword, it is excluding. Similarly, here also, any profiles which has either of these keywords, it is excluding. Okay, I'll just take a
Yeah.
pause. Now there are people who said first, there are people who said second. Okay, so why do you feel the first is correct? Why not second? If it is giving a right logic to me.
Shiv,
Mm-hmm.
I had actually answered for both, but now I'm getting an confusion. I was thinking that in the first statement, it is considering it as not SD, not backend, not engineer. It is all considering as and. It is removing everything. Wherever there is SD, it is removing. Wherever there is backend, it is removing. But in the second statement, I was thinking it is using or. Even let's say the profile is having SD, it will remove, or even if the profile is having backend but not SD, but still it will remove. So that's how I was interpreting. Correct or wrong?
No, no, no. What your thing is, let's say, okay, fine. Now I'm going to write for your statement not. Okay, not is
Yeah. So
really tough, guys, to understand. Not is really tough to understand. We have to go through the multiple examples. So focus what not is doing. So now, who was that? You who Baswa, you asked the question.
Basa. Yes, yes.
Okay, Basa. Okay. So Basa, now for you, you're
Yes,
saying
yes, yes.
in this option, it is removing, it is taking it as and SDE and backend and engineer and software. Whoever has this all the four keyword, only that is getting excluded. So in that case, let's say I write like this: pillow or microservices,
Hmm,
not SDE and backend and
hmm.
engineer and software. Now tell me which one is correct. This one is correct or this one is correct?
I think so for example, it depends on an instance. If you want to eliminate all the keywords like SDE, backend, engineer, software, everything we need to exclude.
Hmm.
Instead, have to use the third
Any profile
search.
which has all the five keywords, any profile which has all the five
Yes,
keywords, if I want that profiles to be excluded, I'll be using like this. Even this is also correct.
yes,
But the use case for this, if I want to exclude all these keywords, SDE, any profile which has all these five keywords, SDE and backend and engineer and software, and but not necessary, it will exclude a search result which has either of the keyword. Let's say I just use another search now. I click on people. Okay. Now you have software engineer, full stack, SDE, SDE. So it is only excluding a person who has mentioned all the five titles in the resume, but it can include either of the title. So that's the reason we are getting software engineers, SDEs and all, which we are supposed to exclude. But what we did, we mentioned not SDE and backend and engineer and software. That means it is excluding all that keyword who has mentioned all the keywords in one single profile. And that is very unlikely that the person is mentioning all the five titles in one single profile. That's the reason we are getting a results which has either of the titles, either SDE or backend or software, because pillow or microservices is relevant to the software engineers. That's the reason we are getting software engineer or software developer, SDE or backend developer or anything like that. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion on these three?
Uh, Shiv, I have one query. Like I understand that third case writing, but I just want to know that if we like this first case and the second case, then will we have same results or not?
What first and second?
For example, like you have like in the pillow or microservices, not SD, not backend, not engineer, not software.
Hmm.
I just want to know that if we'll use case, then we'll be getting the same result. And if we'll be using second case like pillow or microservices, not, and then we make it everything in the or bracket SD or backend or
Hmm.
engineer or software, we'll be getting the same results in both the test cases.
Absolutely. Both the results are same only.
Okay.
You'll get both the results are same only. Reason being, it's only the logic of writing is
I don't know, but
different.
actually, I just tried. But in my research results now, when I'm putting these like and when I'm putting this case now, then I'm getting the results uh with the skill set of software. Like I'm getting the profiles who have mentioned the name, who have mentioned software in their profile. I'm still getting the result on the LinkedIn.
Can you share your screen? What you're trying to do? Let me see. Let me just
Sure.
make you a host. Yeah, you're the host now.
Thank you. Well, I have made this kind of a search. Java and microservices, not SDE. I hope am I visible? I hope I'm visible,
Yeah,
right?
we can see.
Yes, Java and microservices, not SDE, not engineer, not software. So, and now you would be able to see like I'm
Okay.
able
Now
to
you
find
have a
having
error in your
software.
thing. You have closed the bracket. After not, you have closed the bracket. Can you just remove that?
Okay. But still, see, software has been written here.
Okay, few more.
Okay, okay, I don't know, but I have not scrolled it down. So
Java microservices, I think, is in brackets.
microservices is
No,
something
no,
which
that
I
is
had been
correct.
made it
Java.
mention that it should be there in the CV. Okay, so I'll just open it in Nirankar Trivedi. I don't know whether it will be contain software or not, but let's see.
Five to 10% in free version of a LinkedIn expect a false positive result, because again, that's a data for LinkedIn as well, but not in LinkedIn Recruiter.
Again, software has been mentioned.
See, that is not a part of a keyword. Those are the people hiring software developer and architect. Click
Right.
on that. That is a post. That
These
is an
are
activity.
the connection
It's,
of it.
so from here you're
Okay.
getting. That is not on the profile.
Okay, so this could be something, but
That could be some feature,
you're trying
but
to
not
say
exactly.
that 5% there would be the chances in the free version that getting false
Open that
result,
one.
right?
Open that one. Shubhangi. Okay, now go to your search. Go back to your search. Scroll on the right, not SDE. Go to the search bar.
On the right.
Scroll on the right, not SDE, not engineer. I want to see how we have given. Not SDE, not engineer, not software. Okay. So any which ways, 5 to 10%, as I mentioned, there would be a false positive because again, a free version of LinkedIn. But from the 10 results, what you're getting, only one result you find, which is irrelevant. Can you go to the another pages and see if it is more than 5 to 10% as you're using a free version of LinkedIn?
Okay.
Go to last
Shiv,
page.
do you think if you use that parenthesis, this will not sure?
No, we'll come
But
there. Hold on for that. We'll come there. Go to last page. Click on 100.
no,
Click
as
on
of
95.
now, don't know.
No, you're not getting those results. Maybe one or two, maybe 5 to 10% on a free version because that's a free version of LinkedIn.
Okay.
But that's pretty much gone. Agree?
Got it.
Okay, now go to
Agreed.
your search. Now go to your search. So not SDE, not engineer. Now just give bracket before SDE. Open the bracket and instead of that not, make it and. So you have a evidence that it is working. The Boolean is having this logic. Close the bracket. Search. Okay. Now scroll down. Now you will see some of the software engineer, software developer, SDE, all those things who has mentioned. The reason because
Yes.
it is excluding only those people who has mentioned all the three title. But any person who would have mentioned one of the title would be coming.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
Clear?
So even if they are mentioning two of it, then it will throw the search results.
If someone mentioned all
Yeah,
three
even if
titles
it
in
is
the profile, if someone mentioned all three titles in the profile,
Okay.
only that profile will be excluded when I'm using and. But when I'm using or,
Got
someone
it.
who has
And in
mentioned either of the title, only those profile, all those profiles are going. But so I have two types of profile. One person says, I'm software engineer, I'm software developer, I'm SD, I'm software development engineer. All everything like that mentioning. Then when I'm using not in combination with and, only those profiles will be excluded. Now there is a second set of person who says I'm only a software engineer, other person says SD, other person says software developer, other person says other title. So when I'm using and,
yeah,
these
it's a,
profiles are coming because they have mentioned either of the title, one title. But it is not excluding those profiles who has mentioned either of the one title. It is only excluding those profiles, people who has mentioned all that title. And when in the bracket I'm using or, people, it is excluding all those profiles who has mentioned either of these titles.
got it. This is clear. Yeah, it's highly that everybody mentions all three keywords in one go. But previous search, was that working as a or condition?
What?
And instead of and, I'm using or. Let's see.
So let me reclaim the host. What, Basa? What you're asking?
So in the first search, which we did that, not SDE and space not
Huh.
engineer, space not software. So
Huh.
was that working as or then?
Yes, that is working as or. This search
How was
is
that?
equal to this search. So this again, 111 I removed, not SD. Don't give me someone who has mentioned SDE, and also remove someone who has mentioned either backend, and also remove someone who has mentioned engineer and someone who has mentioned software. So I'm giving for every single keyword, I'm giving not and saying, don't give me this, don't give me this, don't give me this. So that's reason it is removing only that one. Here also logic, don't give me this or that or that or. Okay, but in this logic, don't give me this and this and this, means don't give me something like if I have to put it in a layman language. Okay. Uh, how do I put it in a layman language? Uh, uh, I don't want a
If
phone
if
which has
I want
pre-installed
to
apps. Something like I don't want a phone which has all this pre-installed app. Then seller will not give me a phone and
correct.
which has all these applications are pre-installed. Okay. I don't want a phone which has either of the application installed in this. Seller will give me either of the application in that. Okay. And again, I
Got
don't
it.
want like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is only removing those profile. Let's say for an example, again, one more example I'll give you here. This will be more clear. Okay.
But in here LinkedIn, I understand the space is considered as and, right? So not
Don't
SD
go,
space, not
don't go there, don't go there,
engineer.
don't go
Is
there,
that
don't go there. What I'm telling and or not on LinkedIn, only remember that. Don't mix LinkedIn with Google.
okay?
LinkedIn is completely different,
Okay,
Google is completely different. Okay.
got it.
Both has a different search syntax. So Java and algorithm and
And
data structure. Okay. So let's say current company, Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Goldman, Flipkart. Okay. Java, no SQL. Java and NoSQL, algorithm and data structure. Okay. So Amazon, Microsoft, Google, AWS, Oracle. All right. Then now I just go here. I'll just come here in the current company. Not Amazon or AWS or Google, or which was the other company? Oh shit, Microsoft, right?
Microsoft.
Oracle.
Microsoft. Google is the name. Microsoft, which was the one more? Oracle. Not Amazon or AWS or Google or Microsoft or Oracle. In a combination of not. Okay. Now we just go current company. So all that 5 companies has been gone. Now similarly, instead of using this or, I'll use and and
So in this case, if it worked in all these companies, then it will exclude, right?
exactly. Now in this case, it will only exclude those people who has mentioned all these companies in their profile. Now if you see current company,
Got it.
again we got Amazon, Microsoft, Google, AWS, Oracle. Now similarly, let's say Amazon, AWS, let me remove AWS, Amazon and Google and Microsoft, let me remove Oracle. Okay. This will only include those profiles who has worked at all these companies. Let me go to all filter. We can go there. Let me remove few keywords. Let's go with only Java. Okay, so 31 profiles. And these are the people who has worked on all these 3 companies. This is false positive. Why is this come? Please. AWS, Google, Microsoft. AWS, Google, Microsoft. Amazon Web Services, Google. Still a false positive because the possibility of person working at all these 3 top companies is very less. So again, it's giving some results with the assumptions too. Let me just close all these ones. Let me just go. Amazon, AWS, Google, Microsoft, Google, Amazon, Google, 38 years in Google. Wow. 24 years in Microsoft. Oh my God. Is it real profile or fake profile? Okay. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts on how does not is working here?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I have a question. Understanding these are the keywords. What about, if we use this, we want only then open to work or not working, are these used as keywords or they have any special category? For
No, I didn't get
example,
it.
I am looking for below. For example,
No, no,
I'm
let's
looking
not
for
go there now.
pillow
Let's
or
not go there now. Understand what
this is
and
different
or
one.
not is doing. Focus on the current
Okay, that's
concept.
okay. Oh, fine, fine.
Okay,
Okay.
focus on the current concept. Focus on the logic. Okay. So that's how it is. Now, for example, we have used pillow or microservices, not SDE, not backend, not engineer, not software. And instead of using, I'll also use like this. Both are correct. Both has the same outputs. Both has the same logic. But wherein, when we are using like this, not SDE and backend and engineer and software, what will happen is basically uh, it will only remove those profiles who has mentioned all the five titles in the profiles. But might not remove a person who has mentioned either of these titles. But in this case, a person who has mentioned either of these titles will be removed. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts on how not is working here? Yes, no?
Oh, Shiv, it's clear.
We're good? Great. So that's about
Shiv,
and
Shiv, I
or
have
not.
one question.
Uh-huh.
Shiv,
Yes, please. Yes, please.
when we use not, is it mandatory we should have the brackets? Is it mandatory or it's preferable, individual not, or we should put it in a nest?
I'll come there. I'll answer you. Give me a moment. Any other doubts? Any other question, team? We're good?
No, Shiv, clear.
No, sure. Good.
Okay. So it's not about when I'm using or not, I should be using bracket. In or, definitely thumb rule of or, whenever we use or, we should use it in the bracket. So what does an operator bracket do? It basically helps us. Okay. What does an operator bracket do? It basically helps us to create a set of keywords to be included or excluded in search result or say okay. Now answering your question. When I'm using not, do I need to use a bracket? So bracket is basically nesting. It's not when I'm using or when I'm using and I need a bracket. Bracket is basically nesting. Now, let's say I wanted keywords. Whenever I'm using or, definitely I need a bracket because I'm nesting it because that becomes a set and it understand option one or option two. Now in not also, we can still use a bracket where I'm saying SDE and backend and engineer and software. Here I'm using bracket because I wanted to make this as a nest. I wanted to exclude only those results which has all these keywords. But if I'm not using nest, if I'm using like this, then it becomes not SDE and backend and engineer and software. Then algorithm confuses. What are you saying? Not SD and thumb rule of not. Whenever we use not, we have to use it completely at the right hand side. We'll come there. And why is that so? I'll come there. But now you see pillow or microservices. If I'm not using bracket, not SDE, then what will I get? Maybe this SD minus SD might get minus, but I'll still get results with backend, engineer, or software. And it completely confuses. It completely misunderstands and won't give us the appropriate results. Okay, again, I started getting that software engineer, all those results, software engineer, software engineer, software engineer, because it did not really understood. It completely messed up. It really got confused. But when we actually use this nest, then it understand, oh, this human is actually trying to exclude all those search result which has all these keywords. Okay, now that is gone. One or two false positive like software engineer, I'm also getting it. The reason because again it's a free version of LinkedIn, so 5 to 10% expect it. But otherwise we won't get it. So SDE backend and software. All right. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts? Next, what does an bracket do? It basically helps us to create a set of keyword or to be included or to be excluded. In this example, we are excluding. Sorry, in this example, we are excluding a set of keywords which has either of the keyword. In this example, we are excluding a set of keywords which has all the keywords. Include or exclude. Um, in this example, we are seeing either of the keyword. That's where we are using a bracket. In this example, we are making it a proper set saying that I don't want all these keywords. Yeah, Tahir.
Yeah, sure. This parenthesis and this nesting is, does it refer the same thing?
Both are same.
Okay.
Okay. So basically what bracket is helping me here is to create a set, is to uh, make it a proper structured set, a proper structure collection of things. Okay, these are all the things either we want or either of these things. Option A, option B, option C. So thumb rule of OR, whenever we use OR, we are using bracket because it becomes a nest, because it becomes a set. Similarly, for AND also we are making a bracket because we are nesting it. We are saying, I wanted a set of all these keywords to be included or not to be included. Something like, for example, Java, let's say. SQL. Okay. So Java and microservices and SQL or no SQL. In this example, we are saying that we need search result which contains Java and microservices with SQL or no SQL. So here also we are nesting Java and microservices we are nesting and SQL or no SQL we are nesting. So for or thumb rule definitely we should be using. But now say for and if I use like this instead of using like this, so However, no, there won't be any difference. It's just short example. However, we will. All right. So for now, I would say there won't be any difference. If I write it with or without bracket, because it's a simple example. But when we move to the some of the advanced searches, nested searches, or say Boolean in Boolean, that time you'll realize the importance of nesting it, the importance of this particular bracket. So I'll take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion so far?
Shiv, I just pasted a same boolean on the chart. I think this also gives us the similar results, right?
See, don't go there in advance. Understand what this bracket is doing first. Okay. We'll cover. When we go to the nested circuit, we'll cover that. But don't go over there now. But understand in a simple language, as of now, the current topic, what this bracket is doing. Any doubts, any question on brackets? Are we good? Yes, no?
It's clear, yeah.
Yes, sure.
Everyone?
Yep.
Anyone who is
You,
not clear,
one,
please raise a hand.
one doubt.
Hmm.
Java and microservices, and again in the first option, SQL, and in the bracket, can we use no SQL?
What?
Is that right, actually?
No, what are you saying? I'm not hearing correctly. Can you please be
No,
clear?
no. See, Java and microservices, right? That is there is, and instead of closing the bracket, Java and microservices and operator, SQL, and in the bracket
Can you
and
write
in
it and
the
send?
sorry, yes,
Write in the chat and send.
yes.
Yeah, Mahinder. Mahinder, you have a question? Mahinder, I think you are on mute. You have raised the hand. Can you please ask what is that? Mahinder, do you have any question? Yes, no, please speak out.
Shiv, Ravi here.
Yeah, Ravi.
Shiv, microservices and Spring Boot is same, right? If I'm not wrong.
We'll go there. Technically, we are not covering anything technically. First, understand what and or not and bracket is doing.
Okay, just want to check if microservices or Spring Boot we can put it over here, or just microservices in this scenario.
Understand the concept, Ravi. I'm saying don't go technical
Okay,
that
okay.
far. Understand what and or not and brackets are doing. Yeah.
Okay,
Do we
okay.
have
Yeah.
question on and or not and this bracket? Anyone who has any questions on this? Mahinder, you raised the hand, but you're not speaking. You can lower the hand, Mahinder, or else let me lower it for you. Yeah, Subratna. You have a question?
No, I don't.
Great. So, are we clear on what
I'll
and
send it
or
in
not is
chat.
doing? Okay, now Anand says Java and microservices and SQL and so Anand, your question is correct, but I'll come there later. We are yet to cover the double quotes. We haven't covered the double quotes yet. So wait, don't go on
Sure,
advanced
sure,
level.
sure.
Focus on current topic. So on current topic, Anand, do you have any question? What and or not as well these brackets are doing? Ask me in these four things. Do you have any questions?
No, Shiv. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone who has any questions on these four topics and or not brackets and the use cases of it? For thumb rule for bracket, whenever we use bracket, it has to be in a, sorry, thumb rule for or, whenever we use or, we need to mention it in our bracket. Okay. Now thumb rule for not. Completely attained. Okay. So whenever we use not, we have to use it completely at the end of the search, because not is something which is executed always at the last. Even mathematically, if you see Wadman's theorem, how exactly the calculation is calculated. First is a multiplication, uh, first the bracket, then the multiplication, then the division, then the addition, then the minus. Minus is always at the last. So here also, whenever we are excluding something, this is something at the last. Something like if you go to hotel, you see the list of items. You will say what you want. You will not say what you don't want. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. You're not going to say like that. What do you say? What do you want? And something if you don't want, if waiter is suggesting something, you say no, no, I don't want that. So that discussion again comes at the last. So it's like that. So whenever you use it not, always use it at the end of the search. So that's a thumb rule for not. Any doubts, any question? What will happen if I use not in the beginning or in the middle? It get confuses. Not this and this. Okay, then it gets confuses. So that's the reason we have to use it not at the last. So any doubts, any confusion on and or not brackets?
So shift not, I mean, so for this thumb rule, first we mention and or, and at the end we use not, right?
Always at the end, not. Anita says Java
Got
and
it.
microservices. Okay, Anita asks, is this search correct? Okay, how many of you agree with this? Is this correct?
No, Shiv.
No.
Why?
SQL is
Because SQL and NoSQL is in the different columns. I mean, if using or operator, so SQL or NoSQL will come in the single bracket.
Nesting is
Any other
not
thoughts?
proper, and there is a space. There's a space missing. Nesting is not done.
Exactly. First correction, there's a space missing. First error. And now, logically, if I'm thinking, okay, for these two, I'm nesting. Okay, Java and microservices I'm making. And SQL or no SQL. Is it making any logic for me or search engine? Is it making any logic?
No.
No.
It will make any logic.
Confuses.
But if I use like this, then it makes a logic. It makes a sense. It says, okay, fine, in one particular snap, Java, SQL or no SQL. Does that answer your question, Anita? Anita, does that answer your question?
Yes, Chief.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so now going on to the next. For example, software engineer. Now let's say I'm searching for the whole stuff. So it's not only for the software engineer, only for the two word, but for example, I space I am a software engineer. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 keyword. So all these people, I am a software engineer, I am a software engineer, I am a software engineer, I am a software engineer. Once I open, there will be in the summary, I am a software engineer, I am a software engineer. All these people who has written, I am a software engineer, has started coming because we have given in the double quotes. That is a complete phrase, as it is, as exactly. Let's go to last result of the last page. Okay, here again, I'm a software engineer. So I'm a software engineer. All right. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any questions on what double quotations are doing?
No, Shivit.
No, clear, Ashiv.
Clear?
Clear.
So that's a quotation. It is also, I'll not go there now, but I'll come there later. Even for a single keyword also, we can use that double quotation. Not necessary every time for a single keyword, we are using a double quotation. But just in case, if you want to give a strong command to Google, that you drop any keyword, but don't drop this keyword. Let's say if you see the uh, pattern of, once you go to the next pages, you see the pattern of there are certain keywords which are getting dropped. In that case, what we do? No, this is a keyword which is must to have for me. You can drop rest of the keywords, but don't drop this particular keyword. So in that case, we would be using this for a single keyword also as a double quotes. Let's see if I just get this, not sure. Only 55 result from some thousands of results. Let's see if they have mentioned their Gmail IDs.
Shiv, can you show what is the search you have given? I'm a software engineer.
I'm a software engineer in a double quotes and gmail.com in a double quotes again. Okay, that is gmail.com is again a single keyword. I'm a software engineer, which is exactly of phrase, but gmail.com, which is again a single keyword. So I just got only 55 results. Let's go to some of the last pages. Okay, so I'm a software engineer here. That's a false positive. And there is also a possibility when we get such kind of a false
Or
positive
maybe
result.
the certifications, sometimes Gmail ID will be there. The certifications down. Yeah.
In projects, in certification, it could be somewhere. Okay. And also the reason sometimes we get these false positive results because they would have mentioned it earlier, but later on when they're uh, when they see that a lot of people are reaching out, they would have removed it. That could also be the possibility, or let's say project. So here some stuff is getting somewhere. So maybe from there also it is pulling. Okay, let's see this result. Upwork, 5 years, SEO optimization. Here is a Gmail. Here is again Gmail. We have a resume only here. No doubt that there will then be a Gmail. Again, Gmail. Certifications, here it could be somewhere. Otherwise, here is at Gmail. So, yeah. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts on what double quotation is doing? Yes, no? Are we good?
No,
Yeah.
Shiv.
Okay. So, and, or, not, brackets, and double quotation. We're good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So asterisk is not a LinkedIn search, it is a Google search. I'll come there when we go for a Google searches. So and, or, not, double quotes, and brackets. So this is something, whatever we have learned till now, this all the operators applies on LinkedIn or any other job portal. You can use them in Naukri, you can use them in Monster, you can use them in what is it, Career Builder, Dice, or any such portal.
And
Simply, it
job,
remains as
career net.
anywhere you can use it, it will remain as it is. Logic doesn't change. Okay, now few of the thumb rules. The operator's case sensitive and or not? Yes, no.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
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 I think in Google it is not, but I think in LinkedIn
Google,
it
we
is
have not
sensitive.
gone there. Currently, we are here only. Tell me, are the operator case sensitive?
Yes.
Are the keywords case sensitive?
No.
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 We can write keywords however we want. We can write in small cap, we can write in large cap, we can write in combination of small and large cap. So those are not case sensitive. All right. Are we good till here?
Yep.
Okay. So I think we are already 2 hours. 2 hours. Okay. Let's take a quick 5 minutes of break and let's be back. All right. Let's go for a walk for 5 to 10 minutes and just be back. So we'll get back here at 9:10. So it is 20:57. We'll get back here at 9:10. All right.
Okay.
So have a quick look. So I'll just go on mute.
Hello, is anybody there? I'm not able to listen anything.
Whatever. She is on a
Yes.
break for 5 minutes.
It will start at 9:10.
We'll start at 9:10, guys. Let's take 10 minutes of break. All right, team. I think everyone is back. So now moving on to next. So any doubts, any confusion on and or not, brackets and double quotations? So these are all the operators. This is how they work on a LinkedIn. Yeah, someone was asking something. We're good team.
Yes, sure.
Great. So now moving on to next. So the use cases of and or not remain same, what exactly they are doing. Now, how are this and or not works on Google? How are this and or not in Google? In Google for and, okay. So first thing in Google, into the do the use cases of and or not brackets and double quotes remain same in Google search engine. However, our space itself is let's say Java and JavaScript. Now we are moving on to the Google. Okay. Now, if you see, when we search for Java and JavaScript here, what happened is wherever there is a space has become plus, and A and D and has remained as it is, along with the caps lock. Java also, J capital AVA small, has remained as it is, and then the space has become plus, and A and D remained as it is, and then space has become plus, and then JavaScript. That means it's not really understanding that and as an and. Rather, if I just give space, it will say Java plus JavaScript. So space itself is and for Google. We don't need any unnecessary and or not for Google. And else. And hence we don't need an unnecessary A and D. Okay, any doubts, any confusion? Are we good? So
Yes, sure.
space itself is and for Google. We don't need any unnecessary A and D and. Are we good?
Yep.
Yes, no, anyone, any doubts?
No doubt.
No,
Hmm.
Shiv.
No.
Okay. Similarly, now A and D and is considered as a keyword. Then similarly, or also will be considered as a so answer and hence you can see. Pipe. This is pipe. Let's go the keyboard. Where is it? These are old keyboards. Okay, so this is shift plus this one, right? On Windows, it is shift plus 5, and on Apple, it's command plus 5. This one, just the button above return. On Windows, it will be the button above enter. Here it's a return, which is on Apple. On Windows, it will be enter. That will be button above enter. So here it is Windows keyboard. Okay, that is button above enter. Shift plus this one. It's not forward slash, it's standing line. Okay. Java or JavaScript. Okay, so now this pipe has become percentage 7c. Let's say if I use this or, okay, Java, opening bracket has become percentage 28. Then Java, the space has become plus, and then or remain as it is. Then again, space has become plus, JavaScript, and closing bracket has become 29. That means it understood it as a or as an additional keyword, but not as an operator. But when I use right, then open the bracket, that is percentage 28, Java, space, that is plus, and then percentage 7c, that is or, and then again plus, JavaScript, close the bracket, that is percentage 29. So that's reason, instead of using or in Google, we should be using 8. And thumb rule for or remains same. That is whenever we use or,
You
we need
see
a
the
bracket.
percentage.
Huh?
Sorry, where did you see the percentage?
Here in the search result. Once you search for Java space 5 space JavaScript, if you go here in the search bar, in the URL bar, you would see this open the bracket has become percentage 28. Then Java, that space has become plus, and then this pipe has become percentage 7c, which is decoded format of or, that is pipe over here. And then close, and again JavaScript, close the bracket, decoded format of closing bracket, that is percentage 29. All right. So instead of using or in Google, we should be using standing line. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion? Are we good?
Yeah.
So it's Java bracket, Java, then space, then this one, like, after
Fine.
that, again, JavaScript.
Munmun, is your doubt clear?
We need to give space after Java and before JavaScript.
Okay. Do we need a space? That is or actually. Do we need a space before and after or here in this example? So we may or we may not need. That's not a problem. You can give like this also. Without a space, you'll still get a results. You can use one space and one no space. You'll still get the same results. You use with spaces, you still get the same result. So whenever we use or on Google, we may or we may not need a space based on the use cases. That use cases will come in future when we're building some of the complex Boolean searches. But for now, keep in mind, do I need a space before and after or while I use pipe in Google? Answer is it's yes, it's no. I may use it, I may not use it. It's not necessary. It's like that.
Okay.
Is required here?
Huh?
Bracket
Bracket
is mandatory.
Thumb rule, wherever you use or, you need a bracket. Bracket is to nest. Without bracket, you're building a house without four-sided wall. That's as simple.
Got it.
Shiv, this vertical bar represents or it's between two or more terms, right? Like it means the result should include the two keywords, which is
this is or.
Whatever you mention after and before the vertical bar.
That is or.
Okay.
That is or.
So now you have mentioned, right, Java vertical bar and then Java. So that means the system will search both the keywords.
No, either of the keyword. It is or. So
Shiv, your voice is breaking, I guess.
Is it same for everyone?
No, we can.
Now it's correct.
Can hear you.
Yeah. We are good
So
now.
it is or.
Can
Okay,
hear
thumb rule
you.
for It is or. Or is basically helping us to expand the search result with option 1 or option 2. For example, pillow or microservices.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So instead
Okay.
of using this O or, I'm using vertical bar. That is standing line.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Whenever we
Sure.
use
Thanks, man.
or,
Actually, the name of this is standing.
It's ideally vertical bar is what we say.
it's vertical bar. Some people say vertical bar. Some people say standing line. Some people say pipe. I generally say standing line because it's easy to understand.
Okay.
Okay. When I was teaching my daughter, I was using standing line, sleeping line while she was in UKG and all. So since then, I started getting the habit of this standing line. Okay. So whenever we use or, that is standing line, we need bracket.
So no actual name.
What?
I mean, no actual technical name. We can say vertical bar or standing line or pipe, whatever.
Exactly. It's in English, whichever the language, which vertical you want to say, you say. But understand which tab it is. Okay. Don't use whatever the tab, use the proper tab. Okay. Whenever we use or,
Yeah.
that is standing line, we need bracket. So it becomes a nest or a pipe. Do we need So do we need space before and after or? For now, we may or we may not need any space before and after or. However, when we'll move to little advanced searches, we'll realize various use cases, and based on the need, we may or may not include space before and after or. All right. Any doubts, any questions on or? How do we use or on Google?
Oh.
We're good?
Yes.
Good.
Great. So now, okay, now let's see. I want to search for HTML, CSS, or HTML and CSS and JavaScript. The space itself is and for me. Then I need Mm, Angular or React or Node. .js. Angular or React or Node. Okay. So now coming back to double quotes, did we cover here one thumb rule? Okay, for example, here I'll just cover. Okay. Okay. So for example, C++, C Sharp, .NET. So that has a special characters in the keyword. So if that is the case, then we can use a double quotes for that single keywords also. Now similarly coming here, HTML and CSS and JavaScript and Angular or React or Node.js. All right. I just search for this first, then see what comes, and then we'll go for the exclusion of that. Udemy we got. Lot of training institutes, Udemy, blah, 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 all the stuff, tutorials. Okay, now let's say I don't want this all. Minus training, minus tutorial, minus jobs, minus sample. Let's say up to minus jobs will go. Then we'll see what we're getting. So I'll say minus YouTube. What? Your voice is very low, Shruti. Can you talk a little louder? Can you exclude something you were mentioning? You can write in the chat otherwise. So now we got fewer, all those stuff. Okay, now let's say I will also say I also want CV or resume. So CV or resume and HTML and CSS and JavaScript and Angular or React or Node.js. Okay, so and then not developer resume example, samples. So I don't want example or samples. So I get example, sample, some resume writing websites. Okay, so I'll say I don't want example or samples. Okay, so post a job free. I don't want that job also. So I'll say minus job as well. Okay, front-end developer, online flow CV. Okay, so I just open this flow CV profiles, resume builder. Okay. Similarly, as I mentioned, for single keyword, when we want to give a priority to that particular keyword, let's say I'll use gmail.com. Okay, now I get 31 results. First, we'll see these results. So here is a flow CV. Excellent. So we have their LinkedIn and all those stuff. And here we have one more flow CV. This is amazing. I'll bookmark this. This seems to be a good site. This is nice. So page might be outdated. So again, this is a file. This is nice. And this is the whole web profiles available absolutely for free. Where is our search? Okay. Now let's say all these profiles we got it. All are the web profiles. Okay. So what we have done, we have given a very simple search. I said gmail.com, Gmail, Gamil, I said Gmail. I'll get more now. Okay, 1,24,000 resumes. So what I said, I just mentioned gmail.com, save your resume, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Angular or React and Node, not training, not tutorial, not jobs, not job, not YouTube, not example, not sample. And that's where we started seeing a list of resume, which are online available resume for free, what we are getting it. All right, I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any questions on this? How does the not work here? So Google is very straight. Now let's say instead of using like this, okay, so again for minus, we don't need. And start constraint and start. Okay, thumb rule, we don't need any space between minus and a keyword. If we give space in between minus and the keyword, Google consider space as and start considering those keywords in search results. So any doubt, any question? So I shouldn't be using this as a like this. Strike through is not there in this. This is wrong, but I which is I just mentioned it. Right. So because we have a this one is wrong because we have a space.
So, Shiv,
Yeah.
what if I want to exclude a word with minus sign and it has two parts to it?
Which word is that?
For example, I want to exclude maybe minus career opportunities. How do I use it? Can I use double quotes?
Minus career hyphen opportunities. You're saying?
No.
What?
Career opportunities is one word. So if I
Uh-huh.
want to exclude it, how do I do that?
Just minus career opportunities.
But career is a separate word, opportunity is separate word. So do I put it in inverted quotes?
Inverted quotes like this minus career opportunities. Or
Okay, got it.
Minus
Career minus opportunities. So without space, is it between career and opportunities?
without space. So here I'm using inverted commas minus career opportunities. Here I'm using minus career hyphen opportunities. So let's say I just come here to this example. Not getting it, but as I mentioned, you can always use that. Okay, minus we are looking for. You can always use like this. Does that answer your question?
Yes, sure.
What's the name? You joined as an
Shiv,
iPhone. Please join with your full name. Don't join as an iPhone, admin, mobile, all those. Yeah, thank you.
we can also mention name also, right? If we don't want profiles from certain company, like minus the company name.
You can mention minus that company name and all everything. Okay. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any questions on how are we using minus in Google? Okay, now let's say what will happen if I use this. Okay, every word that I want to exclude, I'm mentioning minus keyword, space, minus keyword, space, minus keyword, space, minus keyword. What will happen if I remove this space? Okay, people who are new, please answer. People who are old, who are already repeating in the session, please pause. People who are new, please answer. What will happen when we give like this? Minus training, minus tutorial, minus job, minus jobs, minus YouTube, minus example. Let's say instead of, huh?
It is one. Google might think that it is one complete like word.
Exactly. So if I remove this, then it will not think as a minus. If I remove the space like this, then in fact it will start considering that as a entire one keyword, and I'll start getting all irrelevant results. So jobs again coming, all those things, job again coming, job recruitment, job recruitment, job recruitment. So we won't get it, the right results. So that's reason we just need that minus in between. All right. So I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion? Now this everything has taken as a one keyword. Now let's say if I just give here like this, then it will consider a separate keywords that the person don't want this, don't want this, don't want this, don't want this. Okay, now you'll ask me, Shiv, can I use this as something like this? Minus training, minus tutorial, minus jobs, minus YouTube, or example, or sample. Okay, so technically, if you see, I'm saying minus training or tutorial or job or YouTube or example or sample. So still there is no space in between minus, and if I open the bracket and mathematically execute it, that means this minus will fall for all the keywords. So when I mathematically execute it, this will become minus minus training, then again minus tutorial, minus jobs, minus job, minus YouTube, minus example, minus sample. When I remove the bracket, then mathematically, if I execute it, then this will become like this. So is this a valid string? It will only consider yes, no, team, be involved. Is it a valid string? Let me create a poll on this. Think technically, think logically, and answer. Okay, so we have around 29 people. Let's see who all are present. So I just sent in a WhatsApp chat in our group, AI Recruiter All Batches. Please answer which one is correct. Don't mention, see, give your option so that you know what is your understanding and then I can help you understand. Just because everyone is rating first one, you don't go ahead and rate the first one. If you feel second one is correct, give it second. If you feel third is correct, give it third. If you feel fourth is correct, someone has given and taken back.
And Shiv, if we think first and last is correct, then
Mention in the chat.
we have only one option. No? I mean, we can only.
No, just mention in the chat.
Okay. Last is okay.
Okay. So some people says both, first and last. How many votes we got, by the way, so far? 25. Where are four other people? At least three other people, 25, 26. 26. Two more people missing to vote. 26, 27. One more person missing to vote, 28. All right, we got all the 28, 29 votes. Great, excellent. Okay, so now let's say you must be saying, hey, Shiv, you told that mathematically, if I execute it, this will become like this. So that's reason that last option is also correct, where the last option you mentioned. So this is wrong because it will only consider first minus and it will only exclude only those results which has this complete text as it is tutorial training hyphen tutorial hyphen jobs hyphen job hyphen YouTube hyphen example hyphen sample as it is. It will only exclude that one. It will not exclude all that. All right. Similarly, if I just go here and if I just say minus, okay. Similarly, if you say, see, then this can be something like this in that case, right? This R. Now, first is fine, but how will I remove this minus and put in combination with R? I need to calculate that R also, na? So how do I remove that minus? I mean, for first thing, okay, training, it is becoming like that. But how do I mention minus or space tutorial? How do I remove that then? Then you must be saying, okay, Shiv, let's do one thing. How about this then? Means R. Then this would be again like this. right? So again, too much of confusion, right? Okay, again, Google will say what this guy is trying to do, minus training, minus or tutorial, minus or job, minus jobs. So basically, Google is straight. It doesn't understand all this combination. It says, bro, I'm straight. Just tell me what you need to exclude. And just mention that thing as it is in the last. Minus training, space, minus tutorial, minus job, minus YouTube, minus example. You don't get confused, you don't confuse me. All right, so that's reason the first option is correct. Okay, the last option, if you execute also mathematically, it is getting executed like this. It is not getting executed like we thought, like it will be minus training or will be removed, then minus tutorial or will be removed. No, mathematically, if I execute also, this is again minus or tutorial, minus or. So technically, it will get confused. It will not really understand it and it messes up with the search results. Yeah, I'll just take a pause. Any doubts, any confusion? Yeah, Tahir.
Yeah, so she just wanted to reconfirm the pipe or the vertical line symbol that will Google doesn't recognize that as an operator. So that's the
It
reason we will
recognizes
not
an
get any
operator.
intended. It will. Okay.
It recognizes an operator.
Okay.
So let me just give this. And thumb rule of or, whenever I'm using or, I'm using bracket.
Okay.
Okay. So we are getting still. So full stack YouTube has come. We have actually excluded YouTube, but we got YouTube. That means it considered this as an additional keyword. Now if I just go here, let's see what is it considering. Okay, wherever we have a space. Okay, now let's read the string. Okay, double quotes gmail.com space is plus, open the bracket to the percentage 28. Check the URL, team, check the URL. Okay, open the bracket percentage 28 CV space is plus percentage 7C, which is R, then plus resume percentage 29, close the bracket, space is plus HTML plus CSS plus JavaScript, plus open the bracket, that is percentage 28 for opening bracket, Angular, then again plus, that is space 7C, then plus again, then React. Yeah, Tahir. Tahir, you have a question?
No, that's it. That was the question. Sorry.
Okay.
So
You can
I'm
go
good.
with
I'm
that.
good.
Okay, then percentage 7C, wherever we have a or, all that, then percentage 29, we close the bracket. Then again, percentage 28, opening bracket, minus training, okay, plus minus percentage 7C. So if you see here, plus minus, it is considering it as a or, plus minus constraint. So whatever is there, okay, minus training, the first one is just minus, open the bracket, percentage 28, first one is just minus, uh, training, space is plus, then minus percentage 7C, which is or, then space is plus tutorial, plus minus percentage 7C, plus jobs. So all this, it's completely confusing. So Google won't really get to the point. They'll say what exactly the person is trying to do. Is the person is trying to search with a keyword, or is the person is trying to search with the Boolean or anything? And that's where it just get confuses and it messes up. And that's where we got a YouTube result as well. YouTube result. Udemy training stuff. All that. And only limited results. Only 8 results. But when I see, I just remove this. And this is not true. I just need simple like this. Minus tutorial. Minus jobs. Minus job. Minus YouTube. Minus example. Minus sample. And no bracket. Yeah, Ravi. And then I got all the relevant
Yeah,
results.
hi, Shiv, Ravi here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, regarding codes, I have a query. Can I ask?
Yeah, please.
Yeah. So basically, basically it's like I am a software engineer. When we search in codes, I think it will search for the I am software engineer exactly, right? In the code search,
Exactly,
it will
as it
I am a
is.
software engineer.
Yes.
Now, if somebody has said I am becoming a software engineer or becoming something, so it will not pick up that, correct? Like
No, no, it will pick up
I am
as it is. I am
a
software
software.
engineer as it is.
Huh. So if I want something wherein I want somebody who has written something different, but all those words as well, but some keywords missing in between. For example, I
Come
want
there
to become
later.
a software
I know what you're
engineer.
talking about. We'll come there later. For
Mm-hmm.
now, stick to the basics. What exactly this
Okay,
double
okay,
quote is
okay.
doing. I am a software engineer,
Okay,
as it
got
is,
it.
it will give. What if I want to use some similar words, but some people have used something else? We'll come there later. We'll come slowly. Okay. So I'll just take a pause. Any questions, any doubt on how to use not on Google and or not on Google? Yes, no? Are we all in? Anyone who has a doubt, please raise a hand or unmute yourself and ask. Yeah, Sumati. Anyone who has a doubt? Yeah, Sumati.
No, I said it's clear.
It's clear? We're good? So yeah.
It's
So
clear.
yeah,
No.
great. So yeah, that's it for today on understanding how this and or not double quotes and bracket works on LinkedIn and other job portal, and understanding how this and or not double quotes and bracket works on Google. Okay, practice a bit tomorrow and come up with the questions in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow, what are we going to cover? How are we going to cover? Let's say same thing. I got any which ways I got many resumes, but in few classes, in next session, next week, where we'll be in a situation. Let's say we got one profile from this flow CV, right? How do I get all the profiles from this flow CV? Just to give an example. So this is just the sample of it where we'll be going. But don't ask me hundreds of questions on this. We'll go slowly over there. But just a sample for you where we'll be going in couple of weeks. If only if we focus on basics, we'll get there only if we focus strongly on basics. And if we jump on an advance, it's always jumping jack. You won't understand. Now you see site flowcv.com/resume, and we're able to type the entire flow CV profiles with just a simple search. All right. So this is a sample which we're going to cover in a next week, not this week. But in this week, you definitely have to practice a lot. This is a search which you have created. Try modifying the search. Try playing with this particular search, and you'll get it. All right. And team, we also have an exciting offer that I thought for you. 2 more sessions, especially weekend or a weekdays, whoever is on a weekday sessions, weekday batches. 1 week we completed, 1 more week we are waiting to complete. And once we complete the 2 weeks, so here a Boolean book which I've written recently. Okay, fundamentals of Boolean. This book, just in case if you have a Kindle, it's already free for you. But just in case if you don't have a Kindle, you can go ahead, buy it for 500 rupees, send me the screenshot, and I'll refund you that money. That means you literally get the book for free of cost. And in this book, I've actually covered all the topics. Let's say all the thumb rules, all the notes which are actually required for a beginner to get started.
We can do this right away, or should
No,
we
no,
wait
wait for one more class. For weekend, wait
Okay.
for 1 more week. For weekdays, wait for 2 weeks. Okay, just go buy, send me the screenshot. If you're a Kindle user, it's already free, but otherwise it's available for $10 for in US and 500 rupees in India, 499 basically. You can go ahead and buy it, send me the screenshot, I'll refund you the amount. US people, I might not be able to refund because I need to make that international transfer. Okay, everything, a decent book, it covers a lot and lot. 10 pages book only, but whatever the strong basic fundamentals is required for a beginner to get started, all that thing it covers in detail. And I think someone else also bought it and gave a 5-star rating. That was amazing to see. All right.
Yep.
All right. And thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. I got one more review. Wow. Best book, explained in detail about each operator, worth reading, clearly mentioned about usage of Boolean and the site and the Google operator by Bhagya Lakshmi. Okay, so I think 5 people has rated so far. You can also go read and rate. All right, so that's an
Shiv, just
offer. Whoever has joined this course, that's an offer for you all. Wait for weekend batches, wait for next week, then you go through it so that all the notes. Here also we are covering the notes, but there it is much in detail and much in curated way of it. Just go by, send me the screenshot. I'll refund you 500 rupees. Apart from that, let me just stop the share. Apart from that, as I mentioned, I'll be releasing 6 books. This is only the first. This is only the initial trial version of it. There will be 5 to 6 such more books on each and every topic. A small topic, a small book covered in detail on each and every topic. Basically, a 6 level of certification. What we're doing, this is a level 1 of certification. Once we complete this level 1 certification, which is basically based on this sessions, whatever we're doing, and pretty much all those notes and things and the stuff is covered in that particular book. That's a level 1. So similarly, the way we have a level 6. That means we'll be releasing at least 5 more books, and once you buy it, you'll get it that money back. That means already again a 50% discount for you to give back. Apart from that, yes, once you get the certification, whoever is passing the certification with the desired percentage, they'll get Sourcing Express t-shirt. All right. Does that sound interesting?
Yeah.
To make it exciting?
Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Definitely.
Definitely,
So
Shiv.
eventually, if I give back everything, you'll end up paying me only 2,000 rupees. All right.
Oh, 1+1+1 offers, huh?
Offer on offer, you take it. All right, but yes, focus on current stuff. As I mentioned, I don't want to complete the course. I want you to learn from it. You to understand the proper concept of it. Course completion is different. Having the understanding thoroughly is different. That is what the most difficult task for me, to change someone's thought process. And that's what I'm doing it here. And for you, I'm writing a book source now. All right.
Great. Shiv, last one quick request. See, the minus symbol we can use in Google and we use not in LinkedIn. Similarly, can we list that and in a small box for everybody's reference in case if you want in the future?
No, I didn't get you, Baswa.
Okay, so I'll repeat the question. So the minus symbol, so to exclude the word, so we use that in Google, not LinkedIn, So such differences can we list out in a small box for everybody's reference in the notes?
It is already there. How do we use not in Google? That is basically like this. So that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right then. Thank you so much. Let's connect tomorrow. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you, Shiv.
And be
Thank you.
involved. Be involved.
Thank you,
Bye.